It's Wednesday, June 7th. My name is Rich, and this is your 5-minute fix. In the words of DJ Khaled, another one. UFO bombshell. U.S. intelligence whistleblower says feds have intact craft. David Grush says the government has been lying to Americans for decades about what it has really found. Ooh, ladies and gentlemen, you know how I love a good UFO story. A whistleblower who served in the U.S. military and in several intelligence roles says the federal government has multiple craft of non-human origin and has been working overtime to cover it up. These are retrieving non-human origin technical vehicles, call it spacecraft if you will, non-human exotic origin vehicles that have either landed or crashed, David Grush told News Nation on Monday evening. In some cases, agents found more than just vehicles. Well, naturally, when you recover something that's either landed or crashed, sometimes you encounter dead pilots. And believe it or not, fantastical as it sounds, it's true, he said. Now, we are going to watch a clip of this video of the interview. Not all of it, but we'll watch a few bits of this video as well where he said some of these things in the interview as well. Earlier in the day, the debrief reported that Grush has told Congress and the U.S. Inspector General that this information was illegally withheld from lawmakers who have recently held hearings on UFO activity. The U.S. military now prefers the abbreviation UAP for unidentified aerial phenomena or unidentified anomalous phenomena. Grush, who saw combat in Afghanistan, served several roles in the U.S. intelligence community, and was the National Reconnaissance Office representative to the UAP task force, told the debrief the U.S. government and its contractors have been retrieving material for decades. The material includes intact and partially intact vehicles, he told the website, which said the objects were analyzed and determined to be from non-human intelligence, whether extraterrestrial or unknown origin. He said he is really facing retaliation and has hired an attorney as he seeks whistleblower protection. Grush told News Nation he's not alone. People started to confide in me, approach me. I have plenty of senior former intelligence officers that came to me, many of which I knew almost my whole career, that confided in me and they were part of the program, he said. Grush's claim is backed by reports from others, including a defense contractor who the New York Times reported in 2020 briefed Defense Department officials on a range of discoveries, such as items retrieved from off-world vehicles not made on this earth. It comes amid a remarkable period in which the U.S. military has for the first time admitted to encounters with objects that seem to defy known technology. In 2014, a Navy Super Hornet pilot almost collided with an unidentified flying object during a mission near Virginia Beach, Virginia. Footage from 2015 shows two Navy pilots tracking an unidentified object flying off the East Coast. Wow, what is that, man? Look at that flying, one of the pilots said in the clip. Another clip released in recent years shows what has come to be known as the Tic Tac, or a craft that resembles the minty candies flying off the coast of California in footage first revealed in 2017 by the New York Times and the Washington Post. The Navy later verified the authenticity of the footage. My personal belief is that there is very compelling evidence that we may not be alone, Luis Elizondo, former military intelligence official who led a government UFO program, told CNN in 2017. Grush told News Nation the feds have known about all this for decades and have been lying to the public about it. There is a sophisticated disinformation campaign targeting the U.S. populace, which is extremely unethical and immoral, he said. So that's the end of the article. If you want to watch this video of the Tic Tac incident, I've seen it. A lot of people have seen it. It's pretty old, but if you want to watch it, I'll leave a link to this video in the description down below as well. And so let's take a look at that video.
And now in a News Nation exclusive, David Grush, an Air Force veteran, former member of that task force, and veteran of the National Geospatial Intelligence Agency, is formally blowing the whistle on secrets he says no one has ever shared publicly before.
You are one of the most trusted former intelligence officials in the US defense and intelligence establishment.
Yes, I was.
You were trusted with the most intimate secrets.
Yes.
Grush sitting down with award-winning investigative journalist Ross Coulthart, who's reporting for News Nation. And
smart to ask him that question just to get an idea of how deep in the government this guy was and some of the things that he was tasked with prior to blowing the whistle on this.
Has spent years reporting on the UFO question.
What conclusion did you come to at the end of your time on the UAP task force?
The UAP task force was refused access to a broad crash retrieval program.
When you say crash retrieval, what do you mean?
These are retrieving non-human origin technical vehicles, call it spacecraft if you will, non-human, exotic origin vehicles that have either landed or crashed.
I'm no body reading expert, but the way this guy is describing this, just sit back, the way he's using his hands, this guy seems like he's just straight up. He's like, yo, this is what it was, this is what it is.
We have spacecraft from another species.
We do, yeah.
How many?
Quite a number.
You're kidding.
No.
And that too. No, I'm not.
I thought it was totally nuts, and I thought at first I was being deceived. It was a ruse. People started confiding in me. They approached me. I have plenty of current and former senior intelligence officers that came to me, many of which I knew almost my whole career, that confided in me they were a part of a program. They named the program. I've never heard of it. And they told me, based on their oral testimony, and they provided me documents and other proof, that there was, in fact, a program that the UAP task force was not read into.
If you're right, if you're telling us the truth, everyone, the entire American public, has been lied to for decades.
Yeah, there's a sophisticated disinformation campaign targeting the US populace, which is extremely unethical and immoral.
You are saying
Homegrown propaganda, not new.
to the human race, for the first time, an official intelligence representative at a high level from the US government is saying publicly, we are not alone.
We're definitely not alone. Absolutely, the data points empirically that we're not alone, yeah.
Do we have bodies? Do we have species of
Well,
non-human?
naturally, when you recover something that's either landed or crashed, sometimes you encounter dead pilots. And believe it or not, as fantastical as that sounds, it's true.
Look at this guy's face. I mean, obviously, you know, you don't know until something comes out or whatever, but I'd say this has got to be a tipping point towards more disclosure.
So I've got to be blunt about this. You're not making this up. This is not a lie.
No, absolutely not.
Because everybody watching this right now is looking at your face. They're going, is this guy for real?
I am for real. And I'm sitting here at great personal risk. And
So there's also this statement released by the Pentagon after this News Nation article came out. Today, AARO has not discovered any verifiable information to substantiate claims that any programs regarding the possession or reverse engineering of extraterrestrial materials have existed in the past or exist currently. AARO is committed to following the data and its investigation wherever it leads. AARO, working with the Office of the General Counsel and the Air Force Office of Special Investigations, has established a safe and secure process for individuals to come forward with information to aid AARO in its congressionally mandated historical view. So lawyers speak on that. Not really surprised by that response. Doesn't really do much for me personally, but they got to do their own due diligence, I guess, what have you. But what do you guys think? You think this guy's blowing smoke, or do you think there is some legitimacy to what he's saying? Personally, I think that his credentials and type of things that he was doing within the government lead me to believe him more so than not. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Thank you for watching. My name is Rich, and this has been your 5-Minute Fix.